Hi, I'm Mike Thomas, President of Kiwi Indian Motorcycle Inc. We're going to go through the motions of rebuilding the 1937 to 1945 front brake drum. This particular one is 1937 to 1940. All the componentry is the same though. The brake drum itself, it's going to be different, and the front bearing support is going to differ. But as far as all the components down here, they're going to be identical, and the process of putting it together is going to be the same. First item that goes in is the inner seal. Goes down into the brake drum. Then you've got the retainer, bearing, felt retainer, felt, bearings, retaining nut, set screw, and spacer. So what we're just going to go through here, this is going to be in a mock-up. Normally you'd have your brake drum all powder coated or painted. We're actually not going to use the inner seal. We're using an old bearing. We're just going through the motions of a mock-up. So we're going to put it on a bike, get all the front brake backing plate, everything lined up nicely, and then we'll tear it down. It'll go out for powder coat, and then it'll get reassembled with new parts. Normally you'd have your brake drum painted or powder coated before doing the installation. In this case we're actually using this brake drum for a mock-up to get the backing plate and the front end in alignment. First item that goes in is the seal, and you want it so the lip is up, if you can see that. And that makes the installation for the bearing support coming through this way easy. So it's going to fit in there like so. We actually set it on a mandrel, and it'll go in like so in the arbor press. Arbor press keeps it all nice and square. Now, because we're using this as a mock-up, we're not going to put a seal in it. We're going to pull this brake drum apart after we've done the mock-up. So the seal actually sits down here. That edge there, quite often you've got to take a little, break that edge, because the machinist will put a sharp edge on there. Just put a little bevel or chamfer on there and put the seal in. Next item is a spacer cum retainer, and it sits in there like so. Do not put it in that way. That is totally incorrect. Put it this way. This here is actually the grease track. So as you squirt grease in through the zerk, it actually comes around here and it goes through that little track, and the bearing is on this side, and it lubes the bearing. So it's going to fit in there like so. That little groove can go anywhere. Doesn't make any difference. And put some oil on the outside of the bearing, and put some oil on the inside bore here. Never push them in dry. Put it in like so, and then we have a little mandrel that we make up, and put it in the arbor press. I like to use an arbor press. It keeps everything nice and square. Once the bearing is seated, next items are going to be the felt retainer, the felt, and the retaining nut, and the set screw, lock set screw. Put some oil on the felt. Felt only works when there's oil present, so it actually does a far better job, or does its job when oil is added to it. So just give it a little bit of a coat of oil with the oil can. Now, another little important thing that's quite often overlooked: felts are not rocket science as far as their thickness. It can vary. So get your felt, put it in the retaining nut, get the retainer, and press down on it. Put some light pressure on it, and the retainer should actually make metal to metal contact. So this should actually be making, this piece here should be making contact like so. So sometimes you actually got to come through with a razor blade and trim the thickness down a little bit. So don't forget to put a coating of oil on the felt. Put it in there like so. And that's going to go like that assembly. So just make sure the felt retainer sits this way up. Quite often we see them come in this way. That is incorrect. It starts wearing up against the bearing and grinding away. The felt goes in, felt retainer goes in like so. In this case, left hand thread. Tighten it all the way down. And the last little bit, get a punch or a chisel and tighten it. I mean, we've got tools here, but still the last little bit is done with a punch or a chisel, a blunt chisel. And that'll actually, you got to get this tight. More often than not, people do not get this tight. And what happens is the bearing comes a little bit loose and just slogs out the whole bore inside the brake drum. So it's really important that this retaining nut be tight. And then the last thing will be, it'll go in, is a little set screw. And that's actually going to go in through here. And put it in with some blue Loctite. That's the only thing you need Loctite on. Just use blue and you'll be fine. One of the things that makes tightening up the bearing retaining nut a lot easier is get a couple of 3/8 bolts, put them in like so, and that way you can hold it in the vise, and now you can tap on the bearing retaining nut with the thing not flying all around the bench. And the last little bit, just to check things, is to put the spacer in, and the brake backing plate has its own little welded in step washer in there, and when it sits down like so, it's actually not rubbing on anything. So you got all the right clearances, you're about flush on the outside,